for him because he was part of that ESPN bloodletting that they did a few months ago. So, while he's kind of finding his way, but the New York Times is obviously looking for talented writers, and he's managed to get back on the baseball beat.
Good for him. We'll be back right after this with Andy Vasquez from the Bergen Record talking some more Jets, I guess.
Jets, yes.
Right after this. Welcome to our 3rd anniversary show here on From the Press Box.
Is this really the most interesting thing on the radio right now?
Not anymore.
What's happening?
FM Punk, that's what's happening.
Who are you exactly?
I'm Riley Hogan, the host of FM Punk.
Riley Hogan?
I'm too anti-conformist for a cool DJ name. Tune in to FM Punk for blistering punk rock fury. Everything from Ramones to Gorilla Biscuits to Moss Icon to Nails. I play whatever I want. So whether you're into grindcore or old school emo, there's something here for you.
That's cool and all, but what are you doing in my car?
What aren't I doing in your car?
Stop that!
FM Punk, Thursday nights at 11 on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
This portion of programming on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by the Center for Workforce Development and Lifelong Learning at Nassau Community College, where you can participate in a Certified Associate in Project Management course. Project Management is an in-demand field with a strong earning potential. If you have been thinking about formalizing your understanding of project management, making a career change, or learning skills to help you stand out in your current role, this is the course for you. The course begins June 8th. For more information, you may contact the Center for Workforce Development at 516-572-7487 or visit ncc.edu.
.3 WHPC. From the Press Box, I'm Rob Leonard. He's Tim Leonard. Our 3rd anniversary show. We started on Memorial Day back in 2014. We thank Jim Green for putting us on the air then. And, of course, we thank our current director, Sean Novat, for keeping us on the air. So, normally we would take phone calls, but we've been having people calling in that we've had on as guests on the show. And we had JP Pelzman on. We've had Wallace Matthews. And now we go to Andy Vasquez. He is the beat writer for the Jets for the Bergen Record. Still has a job there. Congratulations. Andy, welcome back to From the Press Box.
That's so nice.
Thanks.
No, but I'm not.
Thanks.
No, but
Thanks,
no, it's everyone's getting fired. It seems.
Well,
no offense.
It's the business.
I know. The business. When you give it away on the internet and don't charge people, what do you expect?
Let's not talk about it. Let's talk to Andy Vasquez about the Jets.
Yeah, let's talk about.
How you doing, Andy Vasquez?
Yeah, it took a dark turn.
Really? Didn't it?
No.
I'm trying to right the ship here.
We're trying to do what we can.
It's not like the Jets are very much more uplifting, but
Yeah,
I'm
really.
here to talk about it.
As a Jet fan, it's nothing better than December to see where it's just going to fall apart. You just wait. You don't even care anymore. It's just like, okay, we're waiting now.
December.
Yeah, usually by December it's over. Well, or it's about
That's
to turn over.
optimistic for this year.
Yeah,
For
really.
this year, yeah, definitely. What's going on with the Jets? What's
Andy, give us
what are OTAs, by the way? I don't even know what they are.
organized team activities.
What do they play? Skittle pool or something?
I don't know.
What is that?
I
Basically,
don't know what skittle pool is.
they basically have 10 practices in the course of 3 weeks. None of them are contact, so as Todd Bowles likes to say, it's hard to see what's going on out there when your guys are practicing against air. But last week we were out there and everybody looked good against the air. So, that it's a start. I would say.
And the air was cool.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is today. It was a nice weekend, but it's a little, not the Memorial Day you're looking for. But, speaking of things you're not looking for, the Jets quarterback competition, I would say, is probably the most compelling thing going on at OTAs right now. And you got a competition between 3 guys that probably wouldn't be a starter anywhere else. Not probably. I don't see
So very true.
Any of these guys, where any of these guys would start, but it is intriguing. Are the Jets really going to? They say it's going to be an open quarterback competition. They say every week Christian Hackenberg, Bryce Petty, and Josh McCown are going to get equal reps. I personally think that McCown, the veteran, has a big edge, but that's the right thing to do. You got to at least open it up. So that's what you have to look forward to right now if you're a Jets fan, a competition between those three guys.
Assuming that McCown is the starter, what does he bring? Because I have to assume McCown is the starter, because that's going to be my next question. It's going to be about Hackenberg. But give us McCown first.
I mean, he's a game manager. He's solid. He's proven in that aspect. But the guy, in his entire career, I mean, I think this is his 15th season in the NFL. He's never played more than 13 games. Now, some of that has been because he really hasn't had many starting opportunities. But later in his career, he's gotten starting opportunities, and he's gotten injured the last 3 or 4 years. So, I mean, the odds of him finishing the year, even if he starts, are slim. So you're going to see Hackenberg in there or Petty at some point. But, I mean, it's all the typical stuff. He's a good leader, and you can notice it. Fitzpatrick got a lot of credit for being a good leader, and I think, now that we're a little removed from the situation, that was overblown. I don't think it's the case with McCown. I think he is a guy who's a good leader. If he wanted to not get the starting job, I don't think it would be a strain in the locker room as it was last year when Fitzpatrick had his job taken away after throwing a boatload of interceptions.
That's the infamous 6 picks game.
Yeah, I mean, and even he kept his job for 2 weeks or 4 weeks after that, and then was upset with the Jets bench. I don't think you'd ever see anything like that with McCown. I think he understands where he's at. He'd like to win the job, but if he doesn't, he doesn't. But that's what he is. I mean, he's a stopgap. He's a guy who's going to be there to take the job if one of these other 2 guys can't step up. And if you're a Jets fan right now, I think you got to hope that Petty or Hackenberg can somehow win this job, because if they don't, what are you benefiting by having Josh McCown start a year, a 38-year-old quarterback?
What up?
Hello?
Andy Vasquez.
We lost him.
We lost him?
Let's see if we can call him back.
I'll tell you. I'll give the answer for that while we get Andy back on the phone. Is the Jets probably gain a draft pick, and they'll gain a higher pick in the draft for the terrible record they're going to have this year. Like Andy was saying before, to think that the Jets are going to be viable in December is kind of ridiculous at this point. Is he back?
Yep.
Andy Vasquez. He's back.
Sorry about that. Not sure
right.
what happened, but I kept talking for a while.
Yeah, Tim filled in for you. He figured
I filled in with what's going to happen to the Jets.
Woody Johnson heard him talking. He said, we're cutting him off right now.
Woody, the ambassador. Is Woody an ambassador yet, by the way?
Is he there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What was that?
I said, is Woody an ambassador yet? What's going on with the sound?
I don't know. I don't know why. Everything is
Fix that.
Everything is normal.
Is Woody an ambassador yet? That was my question.
No, he has not been officially named, and I don't know what. Nothing seems to have changed in terms of his role with the team yet. I know he's been around, but I know he was around during the draft in the draft room and stuff like that. But without getting into politics, things seem to be slow moving in terms of appointments in that administration. So I don't know what the timetable is for that, but nothing's changed as of now.
Well, Andy, when let's say you meet people who find out you're the Jets beat writer, what do they say to you? That maybe other people might not say. People in the business, is that Jet fans noticing other things that maybe the three of us aren't?
I think there's like cautious optimism for Jets fans right now. I think I think the quarterback situation, which we were talking about, makes it tough to be too optimistic. But
right.
If you look at the defense, I think that if the Jets are going to really turn things around this season, and I don't think it's out of the question. In the NFL, it's never out of the question that you can have a quick turnaround. It would be silly to think not, because there is parity in this league. But the Jets have the most room for improvement on defense. They have a lot of talent there. The defensive line got 3 of the best potentially pass rushers in the league, in Leonard Williams, Muhammad Wilkerson, and Sheldon Richardson. You have a young group of linebackers that, Darren Lee, a middle linebacker, and Jordan Jenkins, the outside linebacker. Both those guys showed potential last year. You'd expect them to make a big leap from, rookie season to sophomore season, and iron out some of those issues. And then the secondary, they signed Morris Claiborne at cornerback. They got rid of Revis, who was a disaster last season, and they drafted Jamal Adams and Marcus May at safety. And you got to think Jamal Adams is going to be ready to contribute right away, and will be an improvement over Calvin Pryor or Marcus Gilchrist, who was at safety last year. So it's really, I think, a lot of room for that defense to grow and be, the anchor for this team. And that's where I would be excited about. That's what I think Jets fans are excited about. I think they're excited about watching the defense grow. And there is room to be excited on offense, especially at wide receiver. I think, two of the guys I'm looking forward to seeing play are Darius Stewart, the third-round pick out of Alabama, and Chris Hansen. I think he was picked in the 5th round out of Cal. And both of those guys, will have a chance to contribute right away. And I think that's the interesting thing about this team is they have so many holes. They've had so many holes that all 9 of their picks, in one way, shape, or form or another, have like a legitimate chance to do something this year. It doesn't mean all of them will, but it is wide open, and I would be interested in seeing how these young guys develop.
Andy, speaking of the defense, this week's Moments in Jets soap opera had Sheldon Richardson. Not only is he still a member of the Jets, but he ripped former Jets wide receiver Brandon Marshall, and also, I guess, said that playing out of position has led to his numbers falling off the last couple seasons. Do you think that Richardson can rebuild his value and rehabilitate his image?
Rehabilitating his image is going to be the hardest part because, he's had the suspensions and the legal troubles in the past. And I don't necessarily buy what he said. Basically last year he did play quite a bit at linebacker, but it wasn't like it was 2 seasons ago. The first season he had down numbers. It was pretty close to his last year with Rex when his numbers were good. So, I think it's more of an issue is this is going to be the first season in the last 3 years he hasn't suspended. This is going to be his contract year. If he doesn't turn it around now, when is he going to turn it around? But I don't know. I personally, I think it's probably too late for him to build value for the Jets. Even if he goes out and has a great first 5 or 6 games of the season before the trade deadline, or 8 games, our team's going to be able to be willing to give the Jets what they want, which I think is, getting to a 3rd or a 2nd round pick. And I don't think so. So at that point, the Jets will have a decision to make. Do they just want to unload him for nothing, or hold on to him and hopefully get a compensatory pick if he leaves, which he would probably leave in free agency later. So, as for the Brandon Marshall thing, I don't really take. A lot of people say it's a distraction. My issue would be like the guy's not on the team anymore. So what is it distracting from in May? I know players have to answer. His teammates will have to answer questions about Brandon Marshall tomorrow when we go out there for OTAs, and that might be a little bit of a nuisance. But I don't see the big deal. I found it kind of funny.
I thought it was funny too, but it was just.
To be honest.
Yeah.
We always ask these guys to be honest, and then you want to go out here and rip them when they tell us, exactly how they feel. Rather, like you're supposed to pretend like he likes Brandon Marshall. The thing is, it was totally unprompted. Nobody asked him about Brandon Marshall, and he just threw that out there.
Exactly.
But it's just so. I think it's a sign of his immaturity more than anything else, and that would worry me more than any sort of locker room tension.
Andy, we thank you for joining us. We have to get out of here. Thank you for joining us on our 3rd anniversary show. They can read you on the Bergen Record. What's the website there?
NorthJersey.com.
Thanks for joining us, Andy. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Andy.
And that just about does it for our 3rd anniversary show. Here on From the Press Box, I am Rob Leonard. He is...
That's it. We're going. We're done.
We're done, man.
Happy anniversary, brother.
Yeah, what are we going to hold off on people not hearing Big Ed?
I don't know. Here, I'm going to put Big Ed on Facebook Live right behind you there.
Big Ed, man.
Big Ed. There he is.
Big Ed's out getting like 10 calls an hour, man. It's very...
We got to not tie up the phone lines for Big Ed.
It's very busy. So anyway, welcome, to our 4th year now, as we're about to go into our 4th year. And thank you. And we'll take off. Take care. We didn't even talk the Indianapolis 5.